Gotta gotta give our boy Paco a friend there, so now he's homies with the ketchup. Hello everybody. Today we're having a bit of a discussion and more of just trying to include you guys in my crisis here. So for those of you that may or may not know, I play Street Fighter 5 kind of right now. That's sort of my thing. That's my gimmick. That's what I'm about. And I'm having a controller crisis, and I'm serious. I'm fucking serious. I have this booty ass controller that is just $15 at Walmart. Like, it was just whatever. I don't really play Xbox because, you know, it's not really, there's nothing on there currently. So it's like, this has just been lying around here doing nothing. So it's just sort of a means to an end. If I wanted to play something on console or with a controller, I have one. This thing is broken, however. This sticks for whatever reason. Like, it registers whenever I press another button. This registers, so this is like sort of a busted ass option. So for Street Fighter 5 and other fighting games, this is not my go-to option. This thing sucks and I hate it. However, I'm not opposed to purchasing an actual good pad that works and has a good reviews and is pretty good for fighting games in general. On the other hand, we have this, the arcade stick. This is like, I think $80 or something. It's the Mayflash F5000. I reviewed this a long time ago and then ultimately took it down because I did it without my face mask, and I'm basically trying to remove my identity from the internet because marketing. Now this thing is awesome. I love it. It is genuinely a good stick. Like, if you're just getting into fighting games and you want to learn how to play on an arcade stick, this does get the job done. However, it does have some drawbacks that I did not go over in my initial review. First drawback, if you want to play with this on a console, you have to plug in a control. So essentially, you have to plug this into this in order for it to register on your Xbox or PlayStation 4 because, I don't know, stupidity. Now, this generally isn't an issue, right? I wouldn't even mind it so much as if this fucking thing wasn't right here. This is ass because essentially you're playing, you know, you got your stick right here. Now you gotta plug in this control like over here, and it's like, why? This is quite possibly the worst position for this to ever be in, and I absolutely hate it. If it was on the side or the front or, I don't know, anywhere else, this wouldn't be that bad. Outside of that, there's not really a lot of problems, although the buttons, I will say, are probably not, you know, the best price, you know what I mean, in terms of quality. This is probably some cheap stuff. These are not Sanwa or Hayabusa buttons that I've never tried, so I'm not even gonna give my opinion on them, but these are not those. And the stick, however, at least this feels, you know, it's clicky. Like, you hear it? It's clicky, so it's satisfying. So I really do enjoy arcade sticks. They are actually really fun. Now, there are some drawbacks to using both in my personal case, right? Like, whichever one you want to use, I don't personally care what you use, honestly. I really don't. All I care about is something that's fun to use, that feels comfortable, that just kind of works for me. That's all I really give a shit about. And at this point, it's going to just come down to preference and testing. But with my specific gameplay, I can use both of these. I've actually played Street Fighter with this pad, even though it's busted here. I can still do flawless inputs and stuff, but I do notice a huge difference between the stick and this thing. Let's start with the controller. So with this one, I do notice that even though it's busted, right, I still can perform moves with a lot more confidence, and I believe the reason for that is that I've pretty much been playing with a controller for 25 fucking years, so that makes a lot of sense. So whenever I do my inputs and stuff, I can do a lot of good shit with this, and it's really, really nice. Like, whenever I do Sagat's light kick buffer into Tiger Knee or Tiger Uppercut, I can do this flawlessly with this button, and it comes out way faster than the arcade stick. Even though I can perform it on the arcade stick, I feel just more at home when I do it on this. Not only that, I do feel it comes out faster, like just the input where I just do boom, 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 and then I'm just there, like that. It's that fast. And then with the arcade stick, it's like I gotta, you know, move forward and then press the light kick, and then I gotta, you know, move forward again and then buffer into the, you know, it's a process. Even though you can still do it pretty fast and I can perform it, the issue is it doesn't feel as fast as the controller. So this is really nice, and it helps with Sagat. That one frame buffer, or not one frame, but just that one button buffer into a super or special, that is super awesome. It has won me matches before doing that. So being able to perform it flawlessly and with confidence with the appropriate speed is a factor for me. So even with this, I have confidence and I can do some pretty nasty stuff with it than I could on an arcade stick. But that's not to say that if I didn't put the hours and time with the arcade, I couldn't do the same thing. Remember, I've been playing with a controller for 20 plus years. I've been playing with an arcade stick for about 2-3 months now. So there's a lot of messed up time that I need to make up for, so that's just a factor. Now on the other side of the spectrum, the controller, I do have some issues with. It could just be this one, and maybe a higher end controller would remedy these issues. I wouldn't know, but one of the issues I have with the controller is inputs. And I'm not just referring to, you know, buffers and stuff like that. I'm referring to like supers and specials and stuff like that. Like, let's say Tiger Shot. This, I fuck it up all the time with this. I don't know what it is about the D-pad, but I just suck ass with doing Tiger Shot. I can do DPs all day. I can literally do that 40 times in a span of like 5 seconds. Like, it's crazy how fast I can do the DPs with this. But when it comes to just a basic Hadouken, Fireball, Tiger Shot, whatever you want to call it, this, I fuck it up all the time. So even with basic inputs, and since I play Sagat, it's kind of my core gameplay, so essentially messing up a Fireball could result in me not playing my character at its maximum potential. And then when I switch over to the stick, it is a flawless transition, just being able to just do, like, just, it's so much faster. I'm way more precise, not to mention the button presses. Being able to just like like, just, it's crazy. It's so much easier just to input like everything at such precision. Plus, I like the button layout as well. It feels a lot more comfortable because I can curl my hand in and I can actually just have this set up right here. So if I wanted to do the frame buffer or the 1 frame buffer or the 1 button buffer, I can easily just tap right here with my middle finger. I could do right here with my index finger. Just, this layout right here feels so comfortable to me, and that is a lot better because being able to use all of my fingers for certain precision buttons is way more comfortable for me than using that, because all I have is just my thumb and then, you know, using my, you know, index finger, ring finger for triggers and stuff. Now there's nothing wrong with that per se. It just feels like I can be more precise with an arcade stick. So this is the dilemma I'm having, where I have 2 issues on separate controllers. One is speed, the other is precision. But even though I sort of am a jack of all trades when it comes to using either or, I'm a master at neither. So I feel like I need to stick with one of these and master it to a degree, and then maybe swap to another. There is the option of the hitbox, but I'm gonna be real with you. That's $200 that I'm not willing to spend for a maybe. I understand that the hitbox is really cool for charge characters, and I would really like to try it for Guile and as for Balrog and even other charge characters. I really want to try it, but $200 for something that I just might hate or might not even like is a huge thing, and it's something that I shouldn't go for until I've mastered one of these other options. So my crisis here, and I'm hoping you guys are going to be down to help me out with the options, I think that I should bring you into the loop. I think for a review and testing, I want you guys to give me suggestions. Tell me certain fight sticks, and I don't care about the price, that doesn't matter, I'll buy whatever. And if it comes to the most liked or the most requested, I will purchase it, and then I will do a review of it and we'll game on it. We'll see what happens. I genuinely don't have an opinion. If you have a good pad suggestion, by all means drop it down below, or an arcade stick. As I mentioned, price does not matter. I'm just trying to include you guys in the review options as well as the gameplay options. We are learning the game together, so why not bring you guys into the loop and at least demonstrate an arcade stick that may or may not be good for us. But anyway, this was a very random video, but I thought it was an interesting topic, and it's not really about what's better. It's more like, what do you guys want to see and what would you guys like to experience with me? So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.